Hi everyone, today we're making cat food and this is one of our kittens. This is Lana, and so just to sort of give you an idea, we have had these kittens since they were 3 weeks old. They are due to get spayed next week. We kept both of the females, and the bloods have been tested and they're doing great. Everything's perfect. Their electrolytes are great. Their bone density is great. Their teeth are great. So yeah, it's very healthy. We also have an older cat, and Teddy, he was, when we had him on processed food, he was peeing blood, and he no longer does that a year after we have been feeding him this. So essentially this is my own recipe. I got it from a bunch of different places and sort of put it together, and then I started out with recipes from raw cat food websites, and initially it started off with a pound of liver, and Lana was actually puking, and so that was sort of too much. So then I brought it down to half a pound of liver. This is half of a container of the Costco chicken thighs, cup of water, a pound of chicken hearts, 2 fillets, a bowl, and obviously a meat grinder. Now when you do your grinding, you are going to grind the bones in, all except 2 or 3 of the thigh bones do get ground in. I'm gonna do most of the grinding on stop motion just because this is very small, and it's not, I mean, it works. It's not fantastic. It's not an industrial grinder or anything. Like, that would be fantastic if I could have an industrial grinder, but this one I do have to take this all off and take some of the bigger bone pieces out and some of the skin and that kind of thing. That's another thing. The chicken does need to have the skin and the fat. I leave all of the fat on because it has vitamin E. The fat has the vitamin E. So yeah, so like vitamins K, E, D, A, they're all the fat soluble vitamins, and that's where you're gonna get it, is in the fat. So let's get started. So this is what you end up with after it's all ground up, and you just put in the water. And I use this. I'm not affiliated with them. I just use them 2, 3, 4, 5. Usually put about 5 to 7 drops in. This is about the amount of just bones that didn't get ground up. Because like I said, my grinder isn't an industrial grinder. Plus, I think chickens have bigger bones than any of the birds that a cat would actually be able to catch, even really in North America. Just because they're small and their bones are smaller and that sort of a thing. So I do feel like maybe the chickens have a little too much of the bone matter. So I do allow this amount to just, I mean, it didn't grind up anyway, so I just don't use that amount. Yeah, and then I just smush it up. Something that I forgot to say is make sure you wash your hands before you do this, just because you don't want to be putting dirty hands into this. What I do, because a lot of people are like, oh my God, it's raw. How do you know you're not giving your dog bacteria or parasites? Okay, if it's in a grocery store and a human being is allowed to eat it, then it cannot have parasites, okay? it can. If it is fit for human consumption, it can't have parasites unless you're getting it from some weird place that doesn't process it properly. If you get it from a grocery store and it's fit for human consumption, it's not allowed to have parasites or anything that's going to kill you. Okay? So just chill. All right? And I, like I said, I was raised on a dairy farm. I know this for a fact. So, like, I've dealt with the whole everything from the cow to the butcher, because my brother is a butcher, all the way up to what we're eating. It is in America. The guidelines are very clear. You're not going to give your cat parasites if you feed them raw meat fit for human consumption. However, what I do is I will freeze them for 3 days. I deep freeze all of the ingredients for 3 days prior to making up a batch. So yes, cooking does kill bacteria, but so does freezing, which is why, just in case, I do freeze them for 3 days prior. And then I put all of this in separate sandwich bags, and I freeze the sandwich bag that I'm not going to use. So it's frozen before and it's frozen after for the most part, anytime I make them any food, so the chance of them getting bacteria is also 0 as well. So that's how you do it. It's pretty easy, it's pretty simple, and my cats are very healthy, and I very much appreciate your time. Please don't forget to like and subscribe to my channel. Have a good day.